Shout out to all my warriors. Just got off work right now. 12:36 a.m. You know, I was gonna pass out, bro. Just got off a 16-hour shift. But once again, the downloads of information has to be released. You guys know I've been really tapping into my spirituality. Been really, self-reflecting. And one thing about me, guys, is I will always come clean and I will come correct. Even if it's something about myself, because I'm not perfect and I'm always learning every day. And when I'm making these types of videos, it helps me to self-reflect. It helps me get things off my chest. Because, I don't really have friends like that, guys. And, I do have brothers in Christ. I do have my brother, brothers, right? That I can hit up, that I can talk to. But when it comes to making these types of videos, man, it hits differently, So this video is going to be called something along the lines of Bible study and Joseph's love for his family. Let me read some verses though for you guys, all right? 3 verses that I want to read and I want to share to you guys. Exodus 20, verse 12. Honor your father and your mother, that your days may be long upon the land which the Lord your God is giving you. Exodus 20, verse 12. 2 more verses. Matthew 23, verse 12. And whoever exalts himself will be humbled, and he who humbles himself will be exalted. That's a great verse right there, man. This right here, I thought this was in Proverbs. Job 5:17-19. Behold, happy is the man whom God corrects. Therefore do not despise the chastening of the Almighty. For he bruises, but he binds up. He wounds, but his hands make whole. He shall deliver you in 6 troubles, yet in 7 no evil shall touch you. That is just too cold, bro. That verse 19, he shall deliver you in 6 troubles, yes, in 7 no evil shall touch you. That's powerful, man. But listen, guys, so I don't want to make this video too long. Recently, I had a little bit of a disagreement with my parents. And, I'm going to be going a little bit in depth in this video, right? Because, I've been thinking about moving out for quite some time now, maybe for the past year or so. And that's just because, I thought about it. It would be nice to have my own space. Thought about it. It would be nice to wake up, have my own space. It would teach me to be responsible. It would also give me a new challenge. Because something about me, guys, I like challenges. I love to take risks. And I like things that push me out of my comfort zone, Another thing, too, is, it would teach me to be independent. Right? Just to have my own space. And, but the price of renting here in Canada is getting higher and higher. But I told myself I'll make it work. it's certain situations that when you're put in those situations, it'll either make you or break you, you know? But listen, man, so what I'm trying to say is, I like to take risks. I like things that challenge me. And so, yeah, I was thinking about moving out, and I talked to my parents about it. And of course, we exchange our opinions, and we had our disagreements here and there. And it came to the point where, ultimately, my parents, they didn't disagree, but they basically said that, hey, it's better if you save up your own money for the next years to come, stay with us, and then we'll help you to invest in a property, right? Which is a great idea, guys. Don't get me wrong. It's a great idea. But, I was thinking to myself, like, man, if I move out right now, I could still be saving money. Of course, there's pros and cons to everything. Pros and cons to everything. Like, yeah, I'll definitely save more money living with my parents. But as I said, thinking about my own space, thinking about, just myself, really. And, I didn't really consider my parents' feelings for quite some time now, right? Because as I mentioned, that I've been thinking about this for some time, and I've been talking to them about it. And, we've had our disagreements, but this time, the older I get, I do my best to not argue with people, especially my parents. I have high respect for my parents. And I'm not perfect. Sometimes I might, say some things that I don't want to, right? Or sometimes I might react. But as I get older, I think I'm starting to get better at that. And, for quite some time, man, like I said, I didn't really consider their feelings and how much, like, work they put in just to provide. And I'm not a parent, so, it can be easy to overlook that. And that is until I started reading my Bible, man. And that's why I read those Bible verses to you guys. I got Exodus 20, the 10 Commandments. I got that as my wallpaper. And I'll always find myself, reciting the commandments in my head. Thou shalt not kill. I am the Lord your God. You shall have no other gods before me. And honor your father and mother, for which the days you live upon, I will bless thee. Or I will bless you. Something along the lines of that, right? And, yeah, bro. It really got me thinking, like, Monte, why don't you just think about it, man? Because, I've been asking God to give me wisdom, right? You guys know, I've been praying. And usually I don't tell you guys, or I won't tell people about what I'll pray about, or, because I believe that's a relationship between me and the Most High. But maybe you guys can learn something from this. So, I asked God for wisdom, man. And I really thought about it recently. I especially thought about it today. Like, I could just feel the Holy Spirit talking to me. God talking to me. Telling me, Monte, I promise everything will work out. Just honor your father and your mother. Listen to me. Listen to your parents. And I will bless you. That is my promise. Right? So, eventually I just apologize to my parents right now. And, it was selfish of me, man. And that's something that I'm working on. I'm not perfect. Because I got a lot of people that tell me, like, yo, Monte, you inspire me. Monte, you motivate me. Which I appreciate, guys. I truly appreciate that. But, I'm always learning, bro. And don't get me wrong, too. I'm thankful for the house that I live in, man. You know, excuse me. Growing up, it was tough for me. Or not necessarily tough for me, but, I moved houses a lot. And we rented houses a lot. So, you know, part of the reason why I can't really, or part of the reason of why I'm an introvert is due to the fact that I moved houses a lot, right? So I couldn't really keep connection with friends like that. And before we moved in, I thought about it like, man, it's been a long time coming. So just appreciate it, bro. Really soak it in, Monte, because one day, knock on wood, right? One day your parents won't be here, man. Or they won't be as strong. And you gotta think about it again, the pros and cons. Yes, you'll have your own space. But what is a house without your family, bro? What is a happy home without your family? And especially for me, guys, I'm Filipino, so we're very like family oriented, very close. If you go to any Filipino gathering, bro, you'll see all the families, right? We're just very close like that. Maybe for some of you guys like that too. It's like that, maybe I don't know, you could be Hispanic, Italian, right? It's just culture, And but that's especially with Filipinos. And so I really thought about it today. I'm like, man, I gotta correct that. Gotta correct that. And how does this relate to Bible study? See, ever since I started reading my Bible, bro, I realized that, you have to have the fear of the Lord inside you. There's even a Bible verse that says, I'll put it up here somewhere, but I think it goes along the lines of, how can you say you love the Lord, but you hate your brother? And you can't see the Lord. Now, I'm not saying I hate my parents, but it made me think like, okay, how can you say you love the Lord, Monte, but you're not keeping the commandments, right? If you love me, keep my commandments. Now, it also says, if you love your parents more than me, you are not worthy of me. But you guys get the idea, right? Keep the commandments, though. And I had to take a good look at myself after that, bro. And it hit me again, right? Because recently I was talking about Bible study, Genesis, the book of Genesis, and it made me think about Joseph again. See, Joseph is, for me, he's got to be a top 5 character, bro. And I'm not even halfway through the Bible, but I already know Joseph is top 5 for me. Joseph is a true quote unquote alpha male. Because, all Joseph wanted to do was be with his family. Right? But what happened to him? He got thrown into slavery. He got separated from his family for so many years. And then I was thinking about myself like, bro, here you are. You trying to get away from your family, bro. So, like I said, I told myself, slow it down, bro. Because your time will come. And my parents told me that too. Yeah. That's like my little experience, though. I thought about Joseph, man. I thought about Abraham. I thought about Isaac, Jacob. Those 4 characters. What do they all have in common? honor their parents, obedience to the Lord, and patience. Joseph didn't see his brothers until like maybe 10, 15 years later. I'm pretty sure it says in the good book that he was already 30 years old. 30, maybe 40 years old by the time he saw his brothers. So that's what I learned, through honoring your parents, loving your parents, because Joseph really loved Jacob, right? And same thing with his other brothers too. And Joseph loved his family. Joseph could have said, "Hey, you know what? I don't want these people out of I want these people out of my face, bro." Or he could have said, "I just want to see my dad. I don't care about my brothers." But God bless Joseph, man. That story, man, it touches my heart, bro. Every time I think about it. And if I'm going to be a follower of the Bible, if I'm going to be a follower of Christ, of course I have to look at the good book as an example. Because my parents are Christian too. They're not like super religious, but they're definitely followers of Christ. And like I've told you guys, growing up, I never really liked going to church. I would fall asleep. There was times where I tried to read my Bible. Could never do it, bro. But as I get older, it's like the Lord just puts wisdom inside you, bro. That's why I tell you guys to read the Bible, man. So you can really connect. Like if I put it in terms of the gym, the Bible is the food. The prayer is the sleeping. And going to church or having a relationship with the Father is putting in work. So I'm going to end it on there. I don't want to... The video's already long, but that's my little, testimony or experience. Like I said, I'm not perfect, but I hope this helped you guys out. Maybe you're going through a similar experience, whether it be with your family, your parents, brother, sister. Love your family, man. I really thought about that. Like, what is a house without your family? Because I remember like a day or two ago, I can't remember when, but I went, I was out, right? I come home, excuse me, and my family been busy, bro. We all been working, but I was the only one at home. And it's like God almost kind of showed me in my face, like, hey, if you want to be alone, just know this is an example right here. And a part of me, guys, I'll be honest, part of me felt empty. And that's how I knew. Now, if it really came down to it, yeah, I can handle being alone. But for the meantime, it is my duty to honor my parents. And thinking about Joseph's story again, it made me want to strive harder in life. It made me want to grind harder, man. Like I said, for so long, I've just been thinking about myself. My dad made the example of me thinking like a horse, just here, right? Which, that's due to the fact, like, it's because I got a lot of regrets from what I wish I did when I was younger. There go my mom. But yeah, it's due to the fact that I ain't gonna lie to you guys, I do have a lot of regrets when I was younger, but I must remind myself Monte, be considerate of the people around you as you go through life, you know. Life isn't just about you. So, always remember, no pain, no progression. Get your reps in. Let me read that verse one more time, man. That's just a good verse right there. Job 5:17-19. Behold, happy is the man whom God corrects. Therefore do not despise the chastening of the Almighty. For he bruises, but he binds up. He wounds, but his hands make whole. He shall deliver you in 6 troubles. Yes, in 7, no evil shall touch you. Love you guys, man. Once again, thank you all for the support. Shout out to all the warriors. Let's keep grinding. Let's stay on our mission. And you guys stay safe out there, man. Take care. Hope you guys learned something from this. And happy Sabbath. Just realized it's already Friday. And yeah, man, happy Sabbath. God bless you all. Let's keep pushing. Stay prayed up. Honor your parents.